Jamal Finkley, Black Tree TV.
Hey,
How are you doing?
pretty good.
What an interesting movie, because I mean, one, it reminds us of Guantanamo Bay, which in a sad way, it seems like we've forgotten about, all those people down there. And two, it reminds me of what's going on today. So my first question to you is like, there was this Family Guy chart, and I don't know if you ever seen it, where they have like these different color levels for who's a terrorist, and as it gets, as it's light, it's like okay,
Okay.
sorry. Well, what I was saying is when there was a Nashville bombing, it was called the Christmas bombing or Disturb guy, and when these insurgents went into the Capitol, they were called one thing, but we imagine if they were the characters played in this movie that
Right.
they would have been called terrorists. Like, I mean, what do you think about how the justice system kind of has these two forms of justice, kind of depending on what you may look like?
Well, that's for sure. I mean, I think the film and certainly Mohamedou's story, we really wanted to keep central this Muslim man. And that specifically, one of the big problems was that after 9/11, the United States took that fear and that terror that it felt, and it decided to seek revenge against Muslim men and to see them all as terrorists. And Mohamedou got, caught up in that bias, that prejudice. Um, we have to look back on our past, right? We have to look back on our past historically and say, like, look at these dark times, whether it's Trail of Tears or Japanese internment camps or, Jim Crow South, and look back and say, how did we get there? And we have to do the kind of truth and reconciliation work in order to just not do it again and to learn from our mistakes and to try to change as a culture. And the only way to do that is to have it reflected back at you. And movies are the way that we can do that. So I feel very good that this film, in some ways, really addresses some of those issues of how who we became after 9/11. Who do you become when you're afraid?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I,
Yeah.
I wonder, as I mean, you've been in so many great movies, some of my favorite
Thank you.
pictures, and you've been working, for throughout this transition to from the big screen to now we have so much streaming. I'm wondering, as an actress, like what type is there a big difference in all the scripts that you may be getting now that is all these streaming stories? It seems like different stories are being made that may not have been made before. And I just wonder, like from your desk, like how does it look coming into you as a working actress to see these new type of projects?
Yeah, well, I've been through a lot of phases in the movie business in the course of 55 years, so you see all the different phases of things that people are interested in, but also the effect of the economy and economic forces on the business. Whether it's the beginning of the global economy and how that affected American movies. And, we've seen this coming for a long time, that there was going to be this ghettoization between franchise films that we see in theaters and then narrative movies that we see on our home screens. And we knew that was coming. And now it came full force with the pandemic. So um, as far as I'm concerned, as an artist, really the real movies that are really about something are mostly on cable and streaming. So I'm way more excited about seeing those films than I am seeing the big tentpole movies that are coming in the movie theaters. Um, that's just the way of the world. I would say, like, as an actor, I'll do what I do from an iPhone. It doesn't matter to me what's the medium.
Yeah. Well, we love watching you on whichever medium. So keep on making these great movies and telling these great stories. And I think this is a movie a lot of people need to see because it's about them, but it's kind of pointing a mirror at a lot of stuff that may be happening right now also. So keep on making this great work, Jody, and we'll
Very
keep on
relevant
supporting you.
now.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you.